What up, guys? Welcome to episode 37 of Fresh Off the Mats. Here with the Jiu Jitsu Joes. What's new? Don't lean so far away. You're going to go out of camera.
I want to be near you right now.
Why? What's wrong?
I don't like you.
Why?
I don't know. Your presence annoys me.
I did nothing. No, you know what annoys me beyond belief? When, people have the audacity to be like, must be nice that, you don't have kids and, you have free time or expendable income or, whatever the case may be. That frustrates the fuck out of me. That makes me so mad. I'm sorry, bitch. I didn't make your life choices. I didn't tell you to go and have 2 kids when you weren't financially ready to have 2 kids. And then you get the audacity to make comments at me like, oh, must be nice to, not have kids and you could just spend money on whatever you want. Bro, that was a you decision.
Yeah.
You're a grown-ass adult, dude.
Yeah.
Bro, this makes me so mad. You have no idea, dude.
I do, because I don't like it. It
So-
annoys the fuck out of me.
Bro, you made the choice in life to have kids. Guess what? Oh, but I'm religious or whatever. You still could have had a option to handle it. That was a you thing. Then fucking wrap your dick, dude.
That's
Yeah.
what I don't. And then they're like, it's 97% fit. You can take birth control. I don't
Bro.
know. Does religion stop birth control? I don't think so.
I think some religions they don't allow birth control.
I
think
know
there's
deep rooted
some-
deep rooted ones where
Yeah,
they're just
there's
you can't
some.
take anything that will alter your body. So some will
Yeah.
word it. But that's very
But,
again,
bro,
very small.
what it boils down to is you can't shit on me and be like, oh, but bro, I got family and stuff and this and that. And bro, that was a you decision. You made that choice. Don't make it seem like, oh, we didn't start on an even playing field and these circumstances just happened to you.
That
You made the
children-
cognizant
that-
decision to fuck and blow a load and have kids. And now you're going to bitch at me like, oh, spending money and stuff like that. That's your fault, dude.
Yeah.
That's a you problem.
Yeah.
That's a you. I realized I'm not financially ready to have a kid, so I didn't have kids until this point.
Bro, I do wonder how
Bro.
people have kids. I still wonder that. It blows me away because
Now in life, I'm more set up to raise kids and pay for
But
kids
it
and all
just-
that stuff. In my early 20s, hell no, bro. In my late
that's
20s,
what I
hell
give my
no.
friends credit that had them in their early 20s. I don't know, a lot of people are able to get away with it, especially in the military. It's because you get extra money when you have
If
kids.
you have
You're
kids.
married, you get dependent pay and all that. And so you do.
Is it per check or your taxes are better? How's that work?
No,
with-
per check. So you
they
make
give you bonus and
yeah.
stuff?
So I forget what it is. So first dependent, you get a decent, you get a good pay bump because it's also in retrospect as if the spouse isn't working, right? That they'll be taking care of the home while you're away and all that. But obviously spouses most of the time work where they'll find a stay-at-home job or something like that. And then when you have a kid, I think it gets maxed out now at 3. It used to be people would pump out kids.
What do you mean it gets maxed out at 3?
So
dependents?
yeah, so you won't get more dependent pay. So people
Oh.
they used to I'm saying people would have 6 to 8 kids,
Holy
and
shit.
they would get an extra bump each kid. So basically welfare checks, and then obviously the government.
But how
was
does that?
No.
Yeah, because how does that work? Because okay, you're getting more money, but you're having more kids that rely on that money.
Well,
Yeah.
remember medical care is taken care
That's
of,
true.
so they get free medical care. They're on base is cheaper usually when it comes to food shopping. If you get on base housing, then it's not really. I forget it. No, you don't get BAH. I believe on base housing. You might. I don't remember. But if you do, then you get on base housing for free. So now you're just living somewhere and it's in a home, and now you have all these kids. Yeah. So it's you kind of can get away with it, but now it's maxed out, I believe, at 3 kids. It's either 2 or 3, where you won't get any extra money for them.
I just hate when people use the excuse of I have kids to talk shit about me and how I live my life.
Yeah.
Bro, I don't give a fuck.
And then, you know what?
You want to have kids and struggle through life because you weren't ready to have the kids? That's a you
I
thing,
also had that
dude.
conversation with the guys here at the gym because I said it bro, a lot of parents will sit here and try to say oh, it's the biggest blessing, but then you go and talk to them, they're fucking bitching and moaning the whole time.
Yeah.
And that shit frustrates me in 2 ways. One, again, you chose that.
Yeah.
I don't have kids for that reason because I know I wasn't prepared for it. One, I love being able to do what I do. I'm able to come here quite often. I go home, I play with my dogs. I can travel. That. Our biggest worry right now is finding someone who can help take care of our dogs when Mac and I travel.
When you travel.
And so that's our biggest worry, which isn't bad.
No.
But it's the other flip side of that is when I hear all these parents complaining, I'm like, bro, you make it sound like having kids is horrible.
Yeah.
Like, they never make it sound good. You know what I mean? It's always a bad problem. And then, I know the guys at the gym, they were like, well, do you ever talk good about things? Like, when you talk about your wife? I don't know. I talk pretty well about my wife.
I've never hear you talk negative
That's
about
what
your
I'm
wife
saying.
ever.
I talk great about her, and so that one...
I've never heard you say one bad thing about, like, one, like, negative thing about your wife.
And that's what,
ever.
like, I never
And that's the
understand.
way it should be.
Yes.
Like, your wife
Like, I'm married
should
to
be
this
your,
lady.
Yeah, you're married. Like, this should be
I
your
love being
best
around
friend.
her. It's fucking
Bro,
awesome.
And I'm not saying never. I'm not saying, like, oh, my God, like, XYZ did this and stuff and it got on my nerves. I'm not saying that. But, like, when you're always talking negative about your wife or bad about your wife, bro, maybe you don't love that person.
Bro, yeah.
Like,
Find someone else.
yeah, because
Like,
clearly it's not working well. Like,
if
you
the
have
only
to-
time you're happy is when you two are right next to each other, and even then, if you're having issues,
Yeah,
dude,
bro.
like, I can go around and tell anyone I'm very happy. Like, I love her. Like, she's an
Yeah.
awesome person. Like you said, she's my best friend.
Yeah.
Love hanging out with her. It's fucking dope. Even if we're not saying anything. I like it's funny because I'll call her into the room sometimes. And she goes in the bedroom, I'm like, babe, come over here. She'll come. I'm like, come here, sit down, sit down, sit down. She'll sit there and I'll start watching TV and I won't say a word. She's like, what do you want? I was like, I just want you here. Just want to hang out.
Bro, that's how it should be. Like, if like you're talking shit about your significant other, or like you're always mad at them, or they're always doing something wrong, maybe you guys shouldn't be together. Maybe you're just not compatible.
Go to fucking therapy.
Yeah.
Like, you need some help, bro. Like,
No, but also
figure
there's
out how to
nothing
solve
wrong
that
with
shit.
realizing, bro, maybe you guys aren't supposed to be together. Like, it's so weird. I when I run into like these people who are always mad at their significant other, or there's always a problem.
You know what's worse?
I'm like,
when
you
they're
guys
like
don't love
that,
each other.
and then they have kids.
Yeah, because now you're doubling down. Like, now you're like, I can't stand you, but let's recreate something where we have to be bonded for the next rest of our lives.
Rest of your lives.
Yeah.
Like, dude. Like,
Fuck that. Fuck that.
it's not only bad in that situation, you're gonna ruin the kid.
Yeah.
Like, that's horrible for them to grow up with. It sucks.
And another thing that makes me like super upset is when you like when we guys like us talk about stuff like this and
We
people
get
are,
told we can't say anything.
yeah, they're like, you can't give your input on this. You haven't been through it. It's like, no, but I also have eyes, which are one of my five senses, and I could optically see other people in these situations, and I could conclude that they're not fucking happy.
Like, I
I'm
don't know.
sorry.
Like, I have a buddy of mine. He loves his daughter, and it's awesome. He's like one of the few guys. Like, well, like, I have a few friends. They're actually really good parents. Like, they don't ever say bad things. They'll talk again. There's struggles like, oh man, I had to wake up real early, or like if she was acting up in school, like, normal
shit.
But like, there are some parents. All I hear about them is like bitching and moaning how they're parents, and then if you try to say anything, you're not a parent. You don't understand.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
it's
always
just-
you're not a parent. You don't understand.
Well,
I'm
like,
like,
and I understand that. Like that it
I
won't-
don't.
like. So I get it in the aspect that yes, when I face that challenge, it's going to be a different challenge. But then there's also the aspect like, what are you doing? Like, are you doing some type of self check to make it? Because like when I see parents that aren't constantly complaining, I'm like, so obviously you're doing something because they're a parent.
Yeah.
And they're not like, especially when I see parents that have like a higher schedule or something like that. Like I know guys that are cops with kids, dude, and they make it work. Or like versus the parents that are like, oh, I don't have time to do anything because of my kids. I'm like, I've seen this person. Their kids are in like 3 different sports. They train. They're a full-time cop.
bro,
like
you
what
could
the fuck
always,
are you
you
doing?
could always. Here's my thing: is you could always make it work. It's just dependent upon if you're willing to make it work. Because we have people here that they just bring their kids to the gym while they train. Like there are kids that hang out in the
And I do
gym.
feel bad. I've heard
while
that
they
there are
train.
some gyms that don't allow that, and I think that's also a big thing that makes you guys very different.
I don't know a lot
Yeah.
of me personally. I don't know a lot of gyms that would say like, no, your kid can't be here
Yeah.
while you train, bro. But they don't make an excuse. It's not like they're like, oh, bro, I can't train as much
had my
as you,
kid
Joseph,
today."
because I have a family, I have kids. Bro, what about the guy in the mat who has 2 kids that are sitting in the room right there reading books or on tablets or whatever while he gets his training in?
And then he'll
So
still show
you
up
could
at night too.
exactly
With a full-time job.
Exactly. So
Like-
you could either make your bullshit excuses all you want, or you could find
And
solutions
that's,
to
that's what
it.
I also tell people. Like,
But you know
it's-
what it is? It's the easy way, bro.
Yes, it is.
That's
And that's
what it
what I
boils
was
down
about to say.
to.
People have an issue, and it's because they feel guilty, but they don't want to admit it, and they'll sit here. A bunch of people will
Because
argue
they know
against
inside
it.
that
Yes.
it's wrong.
Yeah,
That's why.
And instead, well, that's why I tell anyone I have conversations like, just say it's not a priority.
Yeah.
That's it. Just come out and say that's not my priority.
Yep.
When you come out and say that, you are now no longer coming up with an excuse.
Yeah.
You're just
You're
admitting.
taking full responsibility.
That's not my
Yeah.
priority. Cool. Because at that point, there's nothing else to be said. It's all right. Well, if you do want to ever make a change or something like that, and this goes for anything. If like it comes to eating out versus cooking, right?
Yeah.
If you're always eating out and you know that you should probably cook a little bit more meals so you can do a little bit better.
Yeah.
But if you don't, like, it's just not my priority to really put that foot forward.
But nobody wants to take the responsibility upon themselves. They want to make an excuse as to externally why it's happening, not internally why they're making these excuses.
Yep.
Me, I'm the same. I'm the same way, bro. It's not my priority to cook meals at home and spend times at home. That's why I tend to just eat on the go a lot,
Yep.
and I try to make my decision making as healthy as possible. Get a wrap, get a salad, get something on the go from Publix that's not as bad versus eating McDonald's or something like that. I find my ways to get around it. But I'm not going to say like...
But that's also a thing where people will see that opportunity. They'll be like, oh, but I don't really want to cook at home, so I'm just going to constantly go get fast food. It's like, bro, you don't need to do that either. Like, you can go find the better option.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Even
but
if you go to the fast food, go
I don't
get the
look
wrap.
at somebody. I don't look at somebody who meal preps and cooks and stuff. It's like, must be nice to have time to like do all that stuff. No, I say, bro, this is good for them, but the responsibility is on me. I don't have the time or patience to get into cooking. So, bro, it's just not a priority for me. For me, I gotta be on the go for a lot of things.
And it's funny because I thought about this, and I've had this conversation with a lot of people when it comes down to that, is my time when I meal prepped was actually when I was busiest in my schedule. It was in the Marine Corps. So my schedule in the Marine Corps was fucking wonky. I would wake up at 3:30 in the morning, right? It was just, we had to get up because we had guard mount, which is just prepping for shift by 4:30, 4:30, depending. And this is like a daytime, right? And so just to give an example, 4:30, right? We're going, getting ready. 5 o'clock, we're showing up, doing our official guard mount, and then by like 4:45. By 5:15, we're starting shift, right? From there, we're getting off around 5:15, 6 o'clock. We would have after post training, we would train for about 30 minutes to an hour. After that, I would work out. So now it's getting around 8, 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
Again, I'm waking up at 3 in the morning. You want to chill out, right? So everyone wants to decompress. You want to go hang out. You maybe want to go play some games. Just go do anything. So now it's coming around 10 or 11. I would still have to cook. I would cook, and it would be like, all right, I'm cooking probably around 10 to 11. I would fit that in. I'd be cooking on my skillet, whatever. Cook all my food while playing a game, while hanging out with someone or something like that. Go back to sleep, get 3 or 4 hours of sleep. That was me every day. It sucked, but at my busiest time is when I was like, damn, I realized I can't constantly go out to eat. I can't do all this, so I'm gonna take up my time.
Yeah.
Again, I don't have kids, I don't have other responsibilities. It was just me at that time, but I can still show you, hey, all my hours of the day were taken up.
Yeah.
So it's not because I had kids or anything, but literally all of my hours were taken from me, and it's not like it was just me hanging out.
But my thing is like, bro, you the responsibility of it all and not pinning it on other people. That's what makes me mad. Like, you took the responsibility upon yourself to like, okay, I got a meal prep and stuff. But let's say like,
and not everyone did it.
Yeah, not everybody did it, but you would never say to the other guy like, oh, must be nice to have money to just eat out all the time, or him to be like, must be nice to have time to meal prep all the time. Like,
especially because we were all in the same situation.
Everybody's different, dude. Everybody's different. But the thing is, when you don't want to take this responsibility on you and you want to pin on other people, that's what gets me.
And that's where I also think
it's
that negative mindset again, where people are just constantly complaining about their kids and constantly complaining about their spouse. Most likely, guaranteed, they're probably constantly complaining about their job. They're constantly complaining about. They're constantly complaining about something.
They live their life in a stream of negativity.
And that's it. There's always going to be something wrong with something. There's always not going to be enough time. There's never going to be enough of anything. It's, I don't have time for this. Oh, I'm too big of a rush for this. It's like, no, you're not. One, you're probably shit at fucking time management.
Yeah.
Guarantee you are shit at time management.
Yeah.
I showed you that post yesterday. Chris Rowan shared it. He's a great guy to follow. He's Chris Puck 33, I believe, on Instagram. Great guy to follow, but I loved his post where he was just like, if you tell me you had no time in the day for activity or to meal prep, I want you to send me a screenshot of your screen time on your phone.
Yeah.
And my buddy responded to that. He goes, and people are lucky because they can't show their screen time on their TV.
Yeah.
And like, that was his response. And I was like, yeah, that's 100% true. Because I guarantee you showed me both of those, I can find you 20 minutes. I can find
Bro,
20.
there are motherfuckers that tell me they don't have enough time in the day, but you click on their Instagram stories and it's ... All they've been doing is posting all day or retweeting. What do you call on Instagram? Reposting to the story, whatever it is. So don't tell me you don't have enough time when, like, bro, your screen time is through the roof. That's fucking bullshit.
And that's the issue. Is like,
that's bullshit.
Again, your
This is a lie you tell yourself.
Your priorities aren't in check, and then even if they, if you say, okay, well, my kids are my priority. How many people? And again, I don't have kids, but I see plenty. The great thing about social media is I also follow a lot of people who have kids that are fitness people, and every single time I see them, they are working out with their kids in their gym, whether it be at another gym or a home gym. And even if they're at a home gym, people are like, oh, I don't have weights. You can do push-ups with your kid on your back.
Yeah.
Make them do it. And people are like, oh, but they jump all over me. I've seen a parent who purposely let their kids climb all over him because now he's doing push-ups while their kids are climbing over. The kids are having fun. He's getting a hard challenge because I promise you, a jumping child on you is probably going to really suck.
My sister and her husband, they bring their kid to the gym. They bring their daughter to the gym. They have an at-home gym, and they go to a CrossFit gym, and they do both.
Yeah.
You know, she'll be, if it's nap time, she's going to work out while it's her nap time. If it's gym time, they bring her to the gym, and, you know, she's on the sidelines playing with like
just playing with something.
Yeah,
like in a
doing
court or something.
Bro, you could always make it work, but the problem is people don't want to, because it's one step more in their day.
Yes.
They want to take the easy step and be like,
yeah.
I just can't go to the gym. I just can't do it.
If you just say no, now you get to be like, all right, well, I'm just going to sit on the couch. But then after that compiles,
I have to sit on the couch. I have to be lazy because I have a kid. And it's like, bro, this is the easiest way out in the world.
So
dude.
this is something I told someone that was telling me that, and I was like, you know, Netflix has workout videos now.
Oh, do they really?
Full on. Like, you can literally look it up, and it's awesome. Like, and I saw it on mine. I'm saying full on, 45-minute, you can watch a whole video, workout, yoga, actual workouts at home with weights, body weight. Yeah, it came out, I want to say 3-4 months ago. It was a whole new thing that I saw. It came up on my Netflix when I was scrolling.
So wait, is it like I'm just gonna use it as a reference because I don't know anything, but like P90X or Insanity?
So
like
I haven't done it, but yes, from what it looked like from the interview, like the coach was sitting there, and it was for like push-ups and stuff. And she
dude, that's so fucking smart. Why did it take this long for one of these Hulu's or Netflix to do that? That's so smart, dude.
Yes, I'm surprised it didn't come out during COVID. That's what I was shocked when I saw it just come out now. I was like, that would have been nice in COVID time, like, and no one would have really had an
this
excuse.
was such $1 million idea that nobody thought about in COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it.
Well,
dude.
I mean, fitness guys, I was doing it. So as a coach, I would go on my Instagram all the time, and I would do live workouts.
Yeah.
So I would jump on, do live workouts, but anyone could jump on, and so I would do it, and you never had an excuse, and that was my goal. I would make a post every day about what the workout was if you couldn't make it for the live, and you would see it. So it gave everyone an option. It's just you have to follow through.
Dude, but companies like Beachbody that are like the parent company for like P90X and Insanity, I'm surprised they didn't reach out to Netflix or Hulu and say, hey, we'll put P90X on Netflix for
and make a whole deal. Well, I mean, Netflix probably didn't want to either because they now made their own thing.
Yeah.
It's like this single trainer. Like, imagine a room like this with some lights in it and all that. She's on a mat, and again, I only saw one of the previews. But
is it just like, do they have weights and stuff too?
So
like,
from what I saw, there was one with weights, one with body weight, another thing was yoga.
So they have a program.
Yeah, so there's different programs you can select. Awesome. So, and that's where I see that, and I hate it when people. Now, granted, it may not be common knowledge. I saw it, so I try to share it with people as much as I can. Like, hey, you have these options. Yeah. Like, you can go do this. You don't have to go to a gym.
Yeah, okay, but common knowledge. But Joseph, at this point, everybody knows about home workout videos. Like, if you're one of those people who like, I can't go to a gym because I have a kid, you know damn well that by now in 2023, you could buy a box set of DVDs, whether it's P90X or Insanity, and get a workout.
The other thing that I hate hearing, is
and it's not expensive.
They're like, yeah, but those aren't the workouts I like doing. Yeah, but you need to go work out.
You need to accommodate for what works for your lifestyle.
And I think that's also a big thing is, and this is why I tell people too, I'm not ready to have a kid yet because I am selfish. I love jujitsu right now. Like, I love coming here. And I realize that if I had a kid, and I say it all the time, when I have a kid with Mac, like, whenever it happens, I'm probably going to cut back from 3 hours and might go down to 2, maybe 1, especially in the beginning, the first few months, getting adjusted.
But how many guys do you know here that brought their kids, babies,
and I was about to
less
say,
than 6
and right
months
once
old?
I saw that, I told back that.
What do you call it?
The
cradle? They would bring them and put them right on the edge of the mat. And bro, they would train while the baby's like either taking a nap or sitting there, and you visually could see it from the mats. So, and we don't have a problem as owners allowing that to be a thing. So if we don't have a problem, then its onus is on you that you are not doing the right thing.
Oh, but my kid. It's like, bro, and especially we see it all the time. Like, no one ever will get mad at someone on the mat either if they have their kids.
No,
when they get up to go take care of something with their kid. Everyone understands. They'll go working with someone else, or they'll just be like, all right, cool, go take care of your kid.
Bro,
like, we understand.
Any parent who has to get up to go off the mats to attend to their kid is never a problem for any of us.
No one's going to look at that and be like, how fucking dare you even bring them? No one cares. They're
We're
like,
not that
hell
type
yeah,
of gym.
bring them to the gym because, one, that means that they get to experience it. It's also the fact that your child is seeing you do something consistently. They're not watching you on your phone. They're not watching you on the couch. They're not watching you do nothing. They're watching you go work out.
Would you rather your kid see you sitting on the couch watching TV 4 hours a day, or would you rather your kid watch
my
you
favorite
on the
thing
mats
is those are the same people that I always hear. They complain that all my kid does is sit on their TV or on the phone. I'm like, what do you do?
Yeah.
Like,
you're not setting a good example.
Your kid is learning off of you.
Yeah.
Like, they spend 8 hours a day in school, sitting down, having to study.
Yep.
They come home. You had a long work day, but what's you get mad at your kid because they want to go chill out on the couch too?
Yeah.
Because they see your de-stress is to go sit down on the couch and not do anything.
Yeah.
So they're just mimicking that behavior. It's already been proven that if you're obese as a parent, your kid is most likely, they have an 80% chance if you are obese as a parent that your kid will become obese.
Yeah.
As a child. Dude, that's not okay.
I believe it, dude. I believe it.
It's horrible, bro.
And it's one of those things that, like, people resist doing the hard thing. People always in life, they just going to resist doing the hard thing. It's like, you have to just suck it up and do the hard thing. Oh, but I got to put them in the car seat. Oh, but I got to pack a bag. Yeah, do it. Do it. Like, I know plenty of parents that, like, bro, their day is packing for the whole day and getting ready.
When we say we know plenty of parents, but you're not the parent. But I'm fucking
seeing I see parents doing it. So how can you say I can't talk on the issue because I'm not officially a parent? I can't talk on the issue, but I see parents doing it.
It's just like if
these parents could do it, why can you not do it?
And that's what goes through my head is
you don't know my life. That's the biggest cop out in the world. Oh, you don't know my life. Oh, okay.
Well, I'm too busy.
Oh,
I can't do this.
Are you a NASA engineer? That, we don't know your life. You have a top secret life where, like, people are trying to kill you all the time?
How many of these top guys do we hear that they go find time to go do something for themselves?
Exactly.
Every single time.
Exactly.
They always find time to make it a priority to take care of themselves. All these top performers, all these top athletes, all these top people, and then they'll be like, oh, well, they have all the money to go do so. You can go work out for free. Like, go on a walk with your kid.
Bro,
you know how great it would be?
At my poorest, as an adult, I still found a way to work out in my room. All I had was 2 sets of dumbbells. I started out with a set of, I think it was 10s and a set of 25s because the P90X asked you to get a light set of dumbbells and a heavy set because you needed 2 variations. And I started with those 2 sets of dumbbells and a pull-up bar, which I got for like $10, like one of those pull-up bars where you hang on the door frame.
I still have mine. You know they charge like 50 something bucks for those now?
Yeah. And in the beginning, I couldn't even do a pull-up. I bought the equipment, I couldn't even use it. No, I would have to put a chair. My dad had a little desk outside of my room. I would have to take his chair, put it under the pull-up bar, and put my feet on the chair to assist with the pull-up.
Yep.
And then over time, 1 foot, over time, you use a band and so on, the progression, so on. But that's where you start. So in total, the P90X DVDs, well, hopefully no one sues me, but I got them for free because my cousin burned them off the internet. So I got the P90X discs for free.
Nice.
And then the dumbbells probably cost me $1 a pound, 50, 60 cents, probably $70, $75 for the dumbbells, another $10, $20 for the pull-up bar. So $100 and I'm able to have my own gym.
So people will hear that and they'll hear the $100 be like, how many times did you go out to eat? So that's one of my favorite things that Fabio always says, like when we're having a seminar that comes up, he goes, hey, just don't go get pizza over the weekend.
No, but I'm saying all it was $100 to change my life from being fat.
But people will hear that 100 and they'll be like, that's too much money. I don't have
That's not too much money,
But
bro.
that's what I mean. But instead, it's
I was poor in college.
Like, did you go out to eat at all? Did you go buy any extra things? Did you go get these shoes or clothes that you didn't? And they'll be like, no, I literally have no money. I'm like,
a pair of Jordans is like $200, dog. And I know you motherfuckers be buying expensive clothing and shoes and shit. So you can't tell me that you could skip out on the latest pair of Jordans.
That's a $100 meal right there.
Yeah.
Going out to dinner. You skip one going out to dinner for 1 month.
You could scrape together $100.
Yes.
You could find a way to sacrifice 1 month to make $100. You can't tell me that you don't have $100 laying around. If you don't have $100 laying around, you shouldn't have kids. Because that's a big red flag if you can't scrape together $100 and you have kids, bro.
That's a problem.
That's a huge red flag.
And that's the thing, is that a lot of people see that. But because, You know what they say? They let their emotions, I think, also take over in an aspect because they're like, well, I want a family, I want to have kids, which I'm sure a lot of
No
people
one
do.
is saying that you shouldn't.
It's because I want them. I do.
Yeah,
like
I
would
do
love
too.
But again, I'm very selfish right now. I understand that too. That like it's going to take some sacrifice on my end, and I'm willing to do that. But I'm also in full control of the situation.
Yeah.
That I'm not going to have a kid right now.
Yeah.
So because of that, I'm going to stay focused on what I like to do.
Yeah.
So and that's.
Bro,
I just don't understand when people say these
you need
things.
to be honest about when the right time is and place for it all. We've been talking now for like a half hour on this topic, and you have to be honest with yourself when the right time and place is for things in life. And for me, I realized, Joe, to have a kid in your 20s is not plausible in your early 20s. Then I got to 25. Is it plausible? No, right now it's not plausible.
You're setting
when
yourself up at 25.
Exactly.
Like right
so
now,
when
I'm
I
getting
was
secure.
dating people in my early 20s and mid 20s, I would say to myself, okay, this person I'm with, could we have a kid right now? No, we're both not really set up. I'm definitely not set up right now. So I need to continue to wear condoms, birth control, things like that. Be cognizant of these things and not slip up, because if you slip up,
and that's also the
you
thing.
collapse.
Yeah.
So then I got to 27, 28. Are you ready? No, I'm still not financially ready. I'm not there yet. 29 is when I started to realize, okay, if I had a kid right now, I would be good.
I would
29,
be
20,
and that's where
30.
I'm starting, yeah, that's where I'm
More,
starting to feel
more
right
so
now.
30. If I have to be honest, more so 30. And now I'm 31.
But you
I'm
know
going
what
to
I
be turning
love?
32 soon. But these are the last 2-3 years where I'm like, okay, if I have a kid now, I'm financially set where I'm like, it's not the end of the world. Like those people are like, I'm having a kid and I'm not set up.
Yeah.
And that's called being responsible in life. That's real responsibility. That's not having a kid when you're 20 and being like, you don't know shit about life. You have to figure it out when you have a kid. Bro, that's not my problem.
Yeah.
That's a you problem.
And what I don't like hearing is people, they put themselves on this weird timeline where they feel like they have to have it in their 20s. The same thing with having a house and all that. Great analogy. My buddies and I were talking about this. Is so you know Friends, right? Like you've seen Friends.
Yeah, I know of it.
So I believe the first season started when they were 23 or 24, right? So they're very young, right? They're young. They end it at like 31 or 32. So a great analogy is like right now I'm like, as me at my age at 28, I'm on season 7 of Friends. Yeah. Like they're not at houses yet. They're not at official jobs yet. They're not at having kids. Yeah. They're still figuring out life, and that's what I think people need to understand. Like, stop putting yourself on this weird rushed schedule of I need to have a bunch of kids. I need to have a house right away. It's like, would it be nice to have it? Yes. Like I do look at people my age that have houses. I'm like, damn, I wish I had it. I wish back then I got a house earlier. I didn't. So I can't sit there and hate on it. But it's like, even if I didn't, there's nothing wrong with me buying a house at 32. Like, even in like 3 or 4 years, if I bought a house, there's nothing wrong with that.
I feel like 20s and early 30s and stuff, even like to like 35, like this is setting up your life. Like, you know what I mean?
For the permanence.
Because before you turn like 19, 20, like everything's kind of taken care of for you for the most part.
Even at like 21, because if you think about it, college, you're not graduating until 21.
Yeah.
21, 22 is when you graduate.
So
You're not into the adult world until you're
20
23.
to 30s is like setting up your life for the next 30 years, for the second half of life, whatever.
Not even. Your whole 20s at that point is learning how to be an adult.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. You're 23 to 30, you're learning how to be an adult.
Yeah.
And then by 30, you're like, all right, I kind of figured it out. I partied a lot, so I had fun in my 20s. I had my own money. Now I'm setting myself up. 30s to 40s, dude, we have guys in here that they're just now having kids.
Yeah.
And they're closer to 40.
But they're more set up
and
now as opposed to
they have a house,
20,
they have a secure job, and the thing is, what
I
see
for
between
me,
them,
my opinion, that's more responsible.
And that's what I love seeing, because when I see them too, I never hear them complain.
No.
They don't have a complaint. They're actually, the excitement, they're not worried. There's no stress. They're excited about it. And that is
because they set the foundation up so when they have the
they're
kids,
not worried about
ready.
the world crashing down. They're like, no, we're good. We have it set. And I'm not saying that it's horrible to have your kids in your 20s. I know plenty of people.
Nobody is saying that. But you also have to realize you can't shit on other people and say, you can't talk on this topic
Yeah.
because you don't have kids yet. Yeah, but I could visually see your way of doing things, that you're complaining and being negative and bitching all the time, and this person's way of doing it and how they set themselves up, and now they're more comfortable.
And I can tell you...
And I guess what? This looks more appealing than this over here.
And I can tell you, as a coach, I've coached people that had kids, and there is a difference in understanding. Like, random things will pop up, and I get that.
I get
And
that.
so when it comes down to that, I empathize there. I'm like, hey, I don't understand what that's like. My closest thing is like when I run out of here, like if my dogs have an issue, right? And I can't. And everyone says don't compare dogs and all that. Now, granted, I still have to go take care of them. I still take them to the vet. I still do my things. It's not as much as a kid, right? But there's that aspect of caring, which is also what I tell people. I'm like, bro, you got a kid before you had an animal. Like, I feel like you should get a test run.
Tesla.
Fuck it, get a dog. Take care of a fuck. There are
My
people
question-
who can't take care of dogs.
That's true.
And they'll have a baby, bro. That blows me away because
But
I'll be
my
like, what the
question
fuck are you
is-
doing? What?
How did you celebrate Mother's Day
How did I
with your
celebrate?
dogs? Because you're a dog mom.
I'm not a mom.
You're a dog mom.
I'm not a mom.
You are.
My wife is a mom.
What'd you get her for Mother's Day?
Nothing. We went out to eat.
That's how you treat your dog mother?
With my mom. We all went out to eat.
You know what I did on Mother's Day?
What?
I didn't see my mom.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys next week for
That's how you wanted
episode
to end that?
38.
That's what you wanted to end it on.
Yep.
Okay.
Real dark and shiny.
Real dark and shiny. He thinks he's a magic card now.